Welcome to 1p Studios. Thank you for being here today. And here we go. We are going to create a raglan sweater together over the next 4 or 5 weeks. If you need more time, that's no problem. So here is what we're going to create on the first day. This is 2 pieces, all created with a circular needle. So you're going to need your circular needle. You're going to, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. And we're going to start with the ribbing. And I want you to see it. I want you to be able to imagine what you're creating. So we're going to start with the ribbing, which is this part right here. We're going to show you how to cast on to create this ribbing. It's all working one piece. Once we're done creating this ribbon, this is about 1.25 inches length tall, and you're going to then move into this part, creating the raglan part. So the raglan is a technique to create knitting sweaters. You're going to knit a sweater, and it has 4 parts. This part right here, and then all the way around to create this part and the part here that we can't see. Today I had to move myself to the room because they're making too much noise outside. Okay, I need you to have markers. I need you to have 2 sizes of needles. Mine, so you're going to need a size 4.5 and a 5. So basically you're gonna need a US 5 and a US 7 in the, I use the Chagoo needles, but you can use whatever you have. So please get your tools ready, have your yarn ready, and we will start creating the ribbing, 1 by 1 ribbing. I will post pictures in the video so you can have pictures and be able to see what you're creating. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for joining the channel, and let's go ahead and start doing this. Welcome to 1p Studios. Thank you for being here today. And as I promised in my previous video, we will start to do the raglan sweater. If you have never done a sweater, this class will be for you if you're a total beginner. What we're going to concentrate on is learning the raglan technique. Okay? Don't worry about if you make mistakes. Don't worry about anything else, but learning the technique of how to make a raglan sweater. I will be listing all of these tools that you need on the comments. Please leave any questions that you have on the comments. This is the yarn that I'm using, and this is the dye lot. And you can find this yarn at woolandcompany.com. They're not paying me to create this video. They're just a beautiful yarn shop. Okay, let's start. For my example, we will be making the small size. And the small size will be a size that will have 39.5 inches of chest circumference. So it will be like a small size, but it has the measurement of 39.5. Okay, so that's, we will be guiding ourselves by your chest circumference. If you want to make a medium size, you will go to a size 43, and for a large size you will go to a size 47. Okay, and that's your inches for your circumference of your chest, like the biggest part of your chest. That's what we're measuring. Okay, I will also put that in the description. Okay, so we will be casting on 92 stitches for the circumference of 39, okay? You will need your chagu needle or any circular needle to start casting on. We're going to cast on with that technique of long tail cast on, okay? So how do you know how much yarn do you need to cast on? So grab yarn about, this looks like about 9 inches, and we're just going to measure it, okay, on your needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So you measure 20 stitches and then you get it off your needle without letting go. Now you have the measurement for 20 stitches right here. So all you do is you're going to fold it. 20 plus 20 is 40, plus another 20 is 60, plus another 20 is 80. So we need 90 stitches. Okay, so let's just give it a whole nother 20, just to be on the safe side. You always, rather have more than less, okay? Once you get there, just let it go. And you have exactly what you need to cast on all your stitches, and you have extras. It's better to have more than less. You're going to start casting on the long tail cast on. And this is how I grab my yarn. There's many ways for you to grab it, so do it in whatever way you're more comfortable with, okay? So we're going to do our first loop. We make it tight. There. We have 2 stitches, 3, 4, 5. And you're gonna keep repeating this until you have 90 stitches on your needle. Okay, we're at 82 stitches. 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. If you have 91, no big deal, okay? Don't worry about having 1 or 2 stitches more. Okay, we're concentrating on knowing how to do the raglan technique, okay? So you have 90 stitches. Now we're going to start creating the ribbing. So this is a top-down raglan sweater. All raglan sweaters are top-down. The good thing about top-down raglan sweaters is that you can try them as you go. That way you can either decide to increase more or decrease to make sure that it's fitting you properly. Okay, so now we're going to start the ribbing that is right on your neck. And let me tell you, this is a crew neck raglan sweater, which means there's going to be very, very tight to your neck. Not meaning tight has choking you, but it's going to be right around your neck. If you want it a little bit looser, remember that once you block this sweater, is going to give a little, okay? So it's not going to be choking you, but it is going to be very close to your neckline, so you're not going to be showing any cleavage or your bust, okay? So no worries about that. Okay, so there's 2 ways that you can do your ribbing. You could, for those that are doing their ribbing with straight needles, you're going to start doing it here. For those that are using circular needles, we have to join the 2 ends this way. If you have a problem working in small circles, then just leave your work open. It's still with a circular needle, so I'm gonna show you mine. And this is one of the other good things about this raglan sweater is that you're going to be doing no sewing whatsoever, okay? It's one piece, and this piece is going to be perfect for those people that don't like sewing. In my case, because I have really bad carpal tunnel on my hand, I do not like working in small circles because it gives me more pain. So what I'm going to do is start my ribbing with the open work like this. And what's going to happen is that you're going to create your work and you're going to keep growing it for about 1.5 inches. If you don't want it that thick, just leave it at 1 inch, okay? There's no bad rules or no correct or bad questions and answers here, okay? So it's going to look like this. You're going to, this is your ribbing right here. Mine is about 1.25 inches, and it's going to look like this. Now you have an idea of what you're creating. And this is the good thing that I like when you watch a video, a step by step of how to do a garment, because patterns do not give you the small tips that a video will give you, okay? So we're creating this part, and see how mine is open? And what I do, and this is when I completely finish the sweater, all I'm going to do is sew this part together. And I will show you how to do that. And it's seamless. You are not going to be able to see anything there. And it's going to be on one side of your shoulder. This is the back of the work. So this is going to be the back. So you're not going to be able to see it. So let's continue. And let me go turn off the Roomba because it just started and it's making a lot of noise. So just give me a minute, please. Okay, 1 by 1 ribbing. By the way, if I didn't tell you, for this size, you're going to need 3 balls of yarn, okay? For a large size, you're probably going to need either 3.5 or 4, so it's better to have more than less. Okay, we're gonna start our 1 by 1 ribbing. And I move my tail that comes to the ball to the other side, okay? Because that's the working yarn. Okay, you wanna have your working yarn right here on this side. And your tail like towards you. Okay, 1 by 1 ribbing is exactly that. You're going to knit 1 and purl 1. So let's knit 1, bring the yarn to the front, and you're going to purl 1. Knit 1, the yarn is in the back. Purl 1, the yarn is in the front. And you're going to continue doing this all the way until you finish all your stitches. So again, the yarn to knit is in the back. We knit 1, bring the yarn to the front, and we're going to purl. Did you see that? Yarn is here in the back of the stitch, and we knit. Yarn is here in the front, and we purl. Continue on until you finish all your stitches. And what I do is, I come from technology world, so I do negative is my purl, and positive is my knit. So I do positive, negative, positive, negative. And I always double check that my previous 2 stitches are exactly what I need them to be. If you make a mistake, it's very easy to undo 1 stitch compared to undoing all of them. So let's continue doing this all the way to the end, and I will meet you at the end. See what happened there? I pulled it too hard and one of the stitches came out. So you always want to have your tapestry needle nearby or your crochet hook. Your crochet hook is a lifesaver for knitting. Okay, you do a lot of things with your crochet hook. Okay, so if you look at the stitch before, it's right there, and that's a knit. See how the pearl has a little bump right there? So my next stitch is going to be a pearl, correct? And if the stitch is too tight, don't be afraid. Tug it. Give it a little pull, and you'll be fine. Okay, we're gonna knit. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, we finished all our stitches for our 1x1 ribbing. We have 90 stitches, and we just finished the last one. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to bring the work close to your needle, and we're going to start doing exactly what our pattern is. This is a pearl, this is a knit, pearl, knit, pearl. So we're going to continue doing that and growing our ribbing for 1.25 inches. This is my pearl. Now I'm going to knit, knit. See how I have a little bump here? That tells me that's a pearl. So yarn to the front, yarn to the back, yarn to the front, yarn to the back. Make sure that my stitches don't come out. Pearl, knit, pearl, knit, pearl, knit, use your nails, use your fingers to help you hold the yarn. This is called continental knitting. I do not know how to knit English style, where you throw your yarn. So for those of you that are English kneaders, you hold your yarn, I believe, with this hand on here, and then you throw your yarn, I think. But I am a continental knitter. So we're going to continue on. As long as you do exactly what that stitch is telling you to do. If it says knit, you knit. If it says purl, you purl. And obviously, give your work a check. Make sure that you did not make any mistakes, and it looks good so far. Let's continue. Because this yarn is a medium size, your work will grow pretty fast. So you will be okay with finishing this sweater in a good, for fast knitters, probably a good 3 weeks, maybe less. For slow knitters, a good 4 or 5 weeks. About 1 or 2 hours a day or less. My sweater, you'll have pictures on the screen. So the sweater that I made was color green. I love it. It turned out really beautiful. And I haven't been able to wear it because it's summertime. So if you stick to watching the videos every Sunday, you'll be able to finish your sweater before fall time and have it ready for winter time. You can also have it ready for a special friend, your family, your kids. Uh-oh, I made a boo-boo. I just found my first boo-boo. Look, this is excellent. Look, purl, knit, purl, knit. I have two knits together. That tells me that I either have to undo this whole side right here, change it, or I'm gonna show you a trick. Okay, so this is a trick. This is your first trick. I don't want to undo all these stitches. So what do? You grab both of the stitches together. So I have a purl, this needs to be knitted. So both together, we knit it to create only one stitch. And there, we solve the problem. And we continue on creating our ribbing. One stitch, do not undo your work over one stitch. I do not recommend it. But if it really bothers you, then you can undo it, not a problem. Okay, we're gonna continue on and we're almost there. See how fast this works? So you got your first tip there. Make sure you write it down. Everything I do, I write it down to make sure that I remember for next time. Okay, we're almost at the end and we are doing excellent. Okay, we have finished our work. This row, now we're gonna turn our work and do it again. Get your stitches close by, not too close so they don't come out, your yarn position, and go ahead and give me, I'll tell you exactly how many rows I completed to make 1.25 inches. I did, let's see, each V, if you can see it, each V is one row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 rows going up and down will give you this measurement. See, it's 1.25 inches. Okay, go ahead and work on that and I will meet you at the end of completing your ribbing, all the rows that I just mentioned. Okay, I will see you here. I'm finishing the last row and we're going to join it together. So you can either change cables now to a shorter cable, to a 14, or you can stay here and I'll show you how to join it. Because we need your ribbon to be together in a circle. The next phase of the work is dividing your next stitches to the front, the back, and the arms to start the raglan shaping. So let's meet you at the end of this row so we can join the work and start dividing for the raglan. You have done good work so far. Let's see you at the end. Okay, we have the last 2 stitches. And what I'm going to do is I have to bring this work all the way here, okay? In order to do that, so I have my stitches here. and I have a full circle. What I'm going to do is make sure that I pull enough of the needle so I don't lose my stitches. And I'm going to pull the cable on the other side this way. So just fold it and pull the other side in. Okay, so you don't stretch all this work so much. Now I have plenty of stitches on both sides, and look, this is exactly what I didn't want to happen, for my stitches to come out of my needle. Okay, so I have plenty of space here and I can stretch my work, so no problem. Okay, now we're very close to each other. I'm going to finish knitting this stitch. In the last one, I'm going to knit it together. And if you can see, both of the stitches on each side, they are purl stitches. So you're going to purl those two stitches together. Okay? So bring the yarn to the front, grab one stitch, grab the second stitch, and purl it together. And this is how you have joined your work in the round. I will teach you at the end how to sew this together, and it will be a seamless sew. Now you're going to finish this round. Go around in a circle format, the way we were doing, but now our work is completely joined. So one more thing, now that we have joined in the round, because we left this split, you will always be able to tell where's your beginning of round. But for those of you that have a hard time knowing when your round starts and when it finishes, so your round for next time, put a marker on this so you know where your round starts. Okay? So we are going to keep knitting in pattern, in your ribbon pattern. Knit, purl, knit. Okay, and I need more space for my needle, so I'm going to pull my cable closer to my right hand needle so I can have all the work on my left side. So see, now I have all of these stitches towards the left side of my needle. Okay, I will continue working my ribbon for this round, because this is the last round, to have 1.25 inches of length for my ribbon. If you just want to leave it at 1 inch, that's perfectly fine. So go ahead and finish this round, and I will meet you when I get here. Okay, we're at the end almost of the round. I have 4 more stitches to go. And I'm going to finish my round. And my last stitch is a purl stitch. Just make sure that you grab it correctly. There. Okay. We pass your marker and knit 1 more stitch just to secure that marker in place. Okay. This is the lesson for today. This sets your project in motion. So we have a complete circle. This is your neckline. Once you block this neckline, it's going to look, it's going to stretch a little. So this is machine wash wool. So remember that. So you're going to be able to wash it in cold water and tumble dry it. I steam mine, and mine grew about 1/2 inch. But remember that these measurements are recommendations, because everything is done by the tension of your knitting, how much tension you knit with. Either you're very tight or very loose. I will say I'm a medium. So we have our raglan neckline. Okay, we have our ribbon done. You have done excellent. Thank you so much for watching the channel. We have put our marker. So the next class we are going to do is we're going to set the front. So you have to decide which part is going to be your front and which part is going to be your back. So just put a marker in one side, a different color marker. And then you're gonna need 4 more markers to set the raglan, okay? So we're going to divide it. Let me remove the words so I don't confuse you. We're going to divide what you just created into 4 sections. Front, back, and 4 corners for your arm. I will tell you how many we have to split. Okay, so let's split it so you are on your way. For the next class, we will pick up after counting our stitches. So let's go ahead and count them. Okay, since we're doing size small, you're going to split the front into 26 stitches and the back in 26 stitches. So let me get my markers ready. I'll try to have the markers a different color than your yarn. That way you can really see them. So I have 3, I have 4, and so you're gonna need 4 plus your beginning marker. Okay, let's count the stitches. Let's see how many stitches you have. So we have 1, 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, we're going to split, we're going to count from your beginning marker, which is this one. You're going to count 18 stitches for your shoulder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So you're gonna place a marker there. Okay, 18. We gotta have the same for the, so this is the shoulder. Now we're going to divide for the front. So divide, count 25. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. And then we count 18. 18. And if I counted right, we should have 25 on the other side. So I counted wrong because I have 23. Okay, so I counted wrong somewhere. So let me double count. Let me double check. Okay, I ended up with a total of 84 stitches. Okay, so this 84 stitches, we're going to divide them into 4 sections. I have put a marker here in the center, so that's my front. I know that this is going to be the front of my work. Then from the beginning of your row marker, you're going to count 18 stitches, put a marker there, 24 stitches, put a marker there, 18 stitches, put a marker there, and you're going to end up with 24 stitches. Okay? So now this is your shoulder, your one arm shoulder and the other arm, front and back. From this, we're going to start creating the raglan by creating short rows. So we're going to start growing the back of your neck, going left, going right, going left, going right. We're not going to be working in a circle. We're still using our circular needles, but we have to create that raglan, okay? We have to create the short rows. What do short rows do? Short rows are going to create this shape. So this is our next step. You're going to have the front of your work shorter and the back is going to grow longer. Why? Because we want to get to shape your neckline. So for those of you that do not know how to do short rows, I will suggest that you pay attention to the next video, because short rows are easy, but if you don't get the technique from the beginning, you might struggle a little. So we're going to do short rows in slow motion for the next video. You're going to end up with a piece like this. One shoulder, two shoulders, front and back. And when you fold your sweater, you see that this is how we shape the neckline. The back has to be taller than your front. This technique is so your sweater doesn't choke you and try to pull back when you're wearing it. So I'm going to leave you with this homework that you have done today. You have completed your ribbing. You have marked all your areas to start doing the raglan. So we will do the raglan together next Sunday. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Have a blessed day.